Guys, oh my God, stop it. Come on, cut it out. Stop. Jesus Christ, guys, you're so crazy. Stop. You're making me blush. Guys, yes, you read that right. Today is my 2-year anniversary on posting on YouTube, and I'm just so excited. Pose for the thumbnail. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So as you may have seen, last year I did a vlog on my creative process. Things went a little bit haywire. Thankfully, this one went completely right, because what I put together, instead of a creative process video, I put together a little demonstration on my mental process, on not only on how I put out content, but just how I live my life. And I was just thinking, hey, maybe this little demonstration may help other people on certain things that they may need help with. And so what I'm talking about is a motto and a lifestyle that I have been living by for years now. But you know, why talk about it here when you could, I put together such a nice video. Come on, you guys want to see that instead? You don't want to see me just sitting here talking. So without further ado, let's get into Are you still here? Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. This was a cut to another video. Wait, let me do it again. Let's get into Jesus Christ, hold on a second. The art of guess it and finesse it. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, Steven, I feel like I can kind of guess what this lifestyle is just from the phrasing. Hold on a second, because there's actually a lot more complex thinking that goes into it. This lifestyle choice is best for people who may stress out about a lot of upcoming events and social interactions, people who dwell too much on their past, riddled with regret, or just people who want to relax a little bit more, because who doesn't? I'm here for you, and I'm here to help you. But I get it, I understand why you're so questioning of this lifestyle. You don't want to just jump into something and not know, because guess what? That's how you end up in a cult, and you don't want that. This is not it, bud. I promise, okay? To ease your mind, let me just break it down for you, okay? First off, let's get into the etymology of it, starting with guess. You all know what a guess is, right? Everyone's made a guess before in their life, but this is not as simple as that, because there's 3 things you need to think about before you get into the guessing, before the finessing. First off, the risk to reward ratio. Is the risk higher than the reward? Think about it and say maybe the risk is gambling away your entire home with the reward of, I don't know, a couple bucks, but hey, but now your family might be homeless. Maybe don't do that. I don't know your life, but maybe don't. That's just my 2 cents. You can have that for free, bud. Now, the second thing you need to think about is, does it harm others? And that works well to the first one, because think about, if this person can be harmed by my decision and they're not involved by it, maybe don't do that. Simple as that. Don't hurt other people. That's the Steven way, and I approve that message. Now, the last one is my personal favorite. Did you die? I'm sure you've heard that phrase before from maybe a parent, a reckless friend, or maybe an estranged high school bus driver that you never speak of again. Did you die? Because if you didn't die, maybe it wasn't that deep. Other than what my bus driver did, because jumping that ravine with all those kids in there, I personally wouldn't have done that, but he did it, and now he's in jail. And that risk was not worth the reward. However, if you really stop and think about what scenarios that you're stressed out about and it won't kill you afterwards, a lot of them aren't that deep. But, of course, that's up for you to decide on whether or not it's that deep or not, because I don't know your life. But for me personally, whenever I stop and think, will I die? It really just kind of compartmentalizes this scenario and goes, you know what? It's not that deep. I can do this because it's not going to kill me. Not much can. Not much can. So think about it. You know, asking a boss for a raise, maybe talking to a coworker about picking up some slack, or asking somebody out. Because all your friends are going to tell you the worst thing they can say is no. That's not true. They can either say, ew, get away from me, or I have a gun. Those are much worse than no. Now, let me ask you this though. If you think before you ask this person out, can I die? Now you got something cooking. Because most times, it's gonna be no. Now, of course, if you genuinely think that you could die from asking this person now, probably don't do it. I mean, unless you're into that. I'm not here to judge buddy, but you know. But most times, if you realize that this is not gonna kill you, it kind of pushes you to go, hey, guess what? I can just do it. Because for me, I find myself doing some of the best things in my life because I'm like, I'm not gonna die. Like this YouTube channel, I thought, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I have the time and this and that. But is it gonna kill me though? The worst thing that can happen is I just don't post a lot and I just delete the account. Why not just do it? Same for like my art page or my TikTok. Worst thing that can happen is it doesn't do so well and I just delete it. Who cares? It's not that deep. I'm not gonna die from it. Unless you post your address online, which, another Steven tip, don't do that. So overall, that's the guessing. But wow, what about the finessing? What about that? Is finessing getting every single thing right from your guess? Absolutely not. Finessing is understanding that you don't understand. You don't understand how certain things are gonna happen. You can't read the future. You're not Doctor Strange. What you can do though is finesse the outcome no matter what it is, good or bad. So say that person does agree to go out with you. Awesome. You finessed it. But maybe they don't. Maybe they don't want to go out with you. How do you finesse that outcome? You say, hey, I'm glad me personally, I did it though. I'm glad that I went out and I asked no matter what it could have been. And now your social skills went up at least 2 points because now you're better at understanding no. And you're gonna have to get used to hearing some no's in life because when you don't, you turn into a monster. Get used to hearing no. It can help you. So for me, that's it. There's no 3 things you need to understand about finessing. It's just wringing out that positive out of anything. But understanding that it's okay to be sad about maybe something not working out for you. It's okay, sit on it, let it work out of you. Understand that you're sad, but at some point, you gotta get up and do it. And I know that people are gonna say it's easier said than done, but listen, everything is easier said than done. The only thing that's not easier said than done is breathing and existing. Because you could just say, hey, can you pass me a soda? It's easier said than done. Yeah, I guess saying pass me a soda is easier than passing a soda, but just do it. You gotta do it at some point, buddy. It's okay. So, that's the etymology of guess it and finesse it. Now you're probably wondering, where did I even come up with this? Well, I came up with this in high school because throughout my high school career, I struggled because my brain did not really pick up on a lot of stuff. You may call me slow, and that's okay. Listen, kids, if you don't like a subject and you may have a hard time picking up on it, you're not slow. You're not dumb and you're not lazy. There's nothing wrong with just not being able to pick up on something. I didn't pick up on a lot of things. And so if I found myself having a hard time going through high school. So that's when I figured out, I was like, I'm gonna guess it and finesse it. So guessing for me was, I had to guess a little bit on some homework. I had to guess that maybe I'll do well on tests. Sure, you may say I could study, but I was also a part of sports and I had a lot going on at home where I found a hard time really stopping and really just studying. And guess what? I'll just be honest, I also just hated it. I hated a lot of stuff I learned. I wanted to do a lot of drawing. I wanted to do a lot of movie stuff. I loved film and art, and I wasn't really getting a lot from that in high school. So unfortunately, I found myself kind of falling behind, you know? But I guessed it. I guessed my way through school. I know that, hey, there's a lot of parents out there that are probably gonna be mad at me saying that. Shut up. Because that's just me. I'm not gonna tell all kids not to study. I'm not gonna tell kids to go guessing, but sometimes, if you're not prepared for something, you gotta guess. Because otherwise, what else are you gonna do? Let's just be realistic. You're not gonna know every single thing in this world. You're not gonna know everything in high school. You gotta guess a little bit. Just do it. It's fine, all right? Guess a little bit, but make sure you finesse it afterwards. And finessing could also mean that if you're realizing that your guessing process is literally just getting you F's on every paper, the finessing part of it may be that you have to actually get a tutor. And that's fine too. That is completely okay. But the guessing and finessing lifestyle also calls for you to understand your flaws and move on. Don't regret it. What's the regret? I don't regret anything I did in high school because guess what? I turned out just fine. And no matter what, you did what you had to do. And now, moving on out of high school for me, I didn't really know which college I wanted to go to. So I went to a junior college for a bit, and even then I didn't know where I was gonna go, so I took a gap semester. And I didn't know what my life was gonna take me. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I had to guess it. I said, you know what? I mean, I'll figure something out, and I guessed my way straight to Columbia College Chicago, which what's there to regret? But I sure as heck finessed it, because I graduated with a degree in film and minor in animation, where in that school, that was the best option for me, because I didn't have to guess or finesse that much throughout that school, because that's the stuff I actually knew. In high school, I couldn't pick up on this stuff because I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I also don't really care that much. What are these subjects? But in Columbia, I specifically went for my major. And I'm sure a lot of people may relate to that in college, because now you actually get to focus on exactly what you want. So good for you. Maybe you don't have to guess or finesse too much in college. And also, I hope you don't, because that is expensive, and you don't want to guess too much because you may end up in debt. However, moving on out of college, I did have to bring the lifestyle back up, because as I've already said, I major in film and I minor in animation, and I find myself wanting to work on productions of the sort. But not everyone's gonna take you in. Not everyone's gonna take you to the studio. I have gotten over thousands of rejections for jobs. And that's okay, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Get used to the no, because I promise you, you will be living in a much better state of mind when you get used to it, because people don't owe you anything, and this life doesn't owe you anything. That's the unfortunate truth. I can't tell you, some people may get off, and I won't say lucky because they worked hard for it, but some people may get a job right out of college. That is absolutely fantastic, and I'm very proud of you. I love you, good for you. Me, on the other hand, I've been out of college for about 2 years now, which actually is not that bad, but I still haven't gotten a job in my field, and I'm still working for it. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta work on yourself. You can only control what you do. That's why I say finesse every outcome, because you can only control how you think of it. And for me, I think of it, you know what? I haven't got this job that I want yet, but in the meantime, I'm working on some great things, including this YouTube channel. I love this YouTube channel, including my art page, my TikTok. Go follow me. And it's a great time. I'm glad that I get to work on my art whenever I want to. But of course, still work towards that job. Don't give up on it, because I promise you, it's gonna get hard. I'm at a point right now where it does get hard. I'm like, you know what? Why am I still not getting a job in my field? Buddy, stop, take a breath, and guess it and finesse it. What's the guess? The guess is, I don't know when I'm gonna get this job, but the finesse is, I can still control my art, and I can still do whatever I want in this time until I get so. And it increases my portfolio. Now, of course, this is a very personalized situation, but I'm sure each one of you guys can think of something similar. Maybe you're not in the place that you want to be in life. That's tough. It sucks when you're not in a place that you want to be in life. That's when you're guessing. All you can do is guess, because you can't control where your life is. But you sure as heck better finesse it, because that's all you can do. That's what you can control. Hey, maybe I'm still living with my parents. Guys, but the finesse is, you're saving a boatload of money. You're working hard. That's absolutely fantastic. And you can milk your parents dry from their food. Awesome. Maybe you're going through a breakup, and that's so hard, and you don't know how to move forward. You're guessing your way through life. The finesse is, maybe that person wasn't right for you. And maybe this is the time where you get to focus on yourself. You gotta switch it around, because otherwise, if you don't, you're gonna drown in it, and that's gonna suck. Because I found myself drowning multiple times before, and I gotta swim my way back up at some point. I know you can do this. I promise you. I believe in you. You got this. And the last part of the guess it and finesse it is, how do I incorporate it? If I'm not someone who's very go with the flowy, I'm gonna have a hard time getting into it. I completely understand. Now, I can't tell you to turn a switch and all of a sudden you're into it. That's not how the brain works. I understand that, but there is training and practice to get into it. So first off, one thing you always have to remember is, try your best. When you're guessing, try your best, because if you're not trying your best, then it doesn't really count. But I mean, of course you can still finesse the outcome, but still always try. I understand that sounds hypocritical because of high school, but I think I tried. I genuinely do think I tried my best. Even though I didn't like the subject, I really tried to understand. It just didn't work out the best. Well, I mean, clearly it did because I graduated with a degree, so I'm good. I finessed it. But try the best that you can. That's all you can do. Second thing is remember that the outcome is over. You didn't die, and there's nothing else you can do about it. It's in the past. So all you can do is turn things around. And lastly, here's something that's kind of a bit of a bomb drop, but it's true. We're all gonna die in the end, in a good way. In the end of the day, we're all just dumb little human beings, and we're just gonna die. And maybe some of the things don't matter as big as it is, because guess what? Once you're in that ground, that's it. But I love that. That's a good thing, because us these tiny little humans on this tiny little rock in this huge space of things, why does it matter? It doesn't matter. You're good. That's positive nihilism for you. And if you have a hard time with that, just at least think in your head, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And again, I know a lot of people are going through so many different scenarios. I can't speak for every one of them. I'm only speaking for myself, and that's how I think, and I hope that it helps you out. But overall, what can you do? What can you do in this crazy thing that we call life? I know what you can do. You can guess it and finesse it. Thank you all for listening to my Just Steven talk, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you want more lessons on the guessing and the finessing, please feel free to hit me up on any social media. I'll help you out, or I can make a whole other video about it. But I don't think I need to. I think you know. I think you get it. I think you got it. I promise, because it's almost the bare minimum that you can do. You just guess it and you finesse it. I'll see you all later. Drive safe, and I love you. So, there you have it, guys. That's just how I think. And I hope that this helped out anybody else out there who may have some troubles kind of getting wrapped up in certain things, because I still do it. And I think that I can help people out, possibly, And let me know if it does. Because then that would honestly warm my heart. I'll be very happy to know if it did. So, anyway, guys, thank you again for sticking around with me for these 2 years. It's honestly been so great. Because whatever the views, whatever the subscriber account is, I'm just so happy posting on this channel and just posting my videos. I love making them. And so, yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking them out and, liking and viewing them. What else can I say but thank you? And also, again, I want you guys to be more vocal on here. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see, anything you're interested in. I have a couple requests lined up that I'm excited to do. But yeah, keep them coming. I would love to, do what you guys want to see. While I do want to post what makes me happy on here, I really would like to make also what makes you guys happy. This is supposed to be a teamwork, guys. Me and you are a team. We're going to work together on this, okay? Okay, cool. So, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video. And hopefully, I will see you all in my 3rd year anniversary video. Goodbye.